YouTube, it's Sunday.
Why are you such a coffee cat?
So it's October, and that's pretty cool because it's my favorite month and it's also time for Halloween. And it also means that I've been feeling really spoopy. I have legitimately, I'm not kidding you, like usually I don't watch a ton of paranormal videos, like I really like them, but I like save them until I'm feeling like, you know, spooky and stuff like that, and so then I watch them all together. I swear to you, I have been like gobbling up every single paranormal video I can find on YouTube for weeks. Not even just like, oh, it's October 1st, let me get spooked. No, literally since like mid-September. So I've been like really wanting to do some paranormal videos of some sort. There's a pumpkin. So yeah, I was watching Harmony Nice. She's a witchy channel. You guys should definitely go check her out. She's awesome. And actually she's kind of the reason why I wound up making a witchy YouTube channel, which you guys should also go subscribe to. The link will be in the description box below. I'm gonna start posting on it really soon. I mean, it's kind of something I've been wanting to do for a while anyway, but that's not the point of this. So yeah, Harmony Nice did a paranormal tag and it just kind of looked like a lot of fun. And I mean, I already have like this cool background set up and everything, and like, I don't know, I just wanted to do it. So yeah, I guess let's just get started. So the first question is, how old were you when you had your first paranormal experience? The first one that I remember and that was like definitely like 100% paranormal, I've already talked about before. I must have been like 8 or 7 or something like that. I don't know, I was little. Now that's not to say that there was nothing like before that, but I do remember like before that happened, at least like the way that my mind is remembering things. For the longest time when I was little, I legitimately did not believe in anything paranormal. I didn't believe in ghosts. I didn't believe in monsters, you know. I literally remember telling my mom, no, like monsters aren't real, and 100% meaning it. And yeah, so that's just always kind of been a thing. And then after that experience happened, which there were 2 different ghost videos that I made. Neither of them I'm really super like proud of, and everyone should go watch it, but if you want to hear the story, you can go there. I may or may not tell it again in the future. There are a few stories in there that I kind of want to tell again, but I'm not sure, so if you want to hear me retell some of those stories, leave me a comment below so that I know. But yeah, after that experience happened, I suddenly was just like, ghosts are real, and I like was seeing faces and like having like paranormal dreams, and there's just a lot of stuff that happened. Well, question number 2 was, have you always believed in ghosts? And I guess I just covered that. So the third question is, where is your favorite place to investigate? Now, I don't really investigate too many haunted places, mostly because my life is haunted and I am haunted. So, you know, I don't really generally go seek it out. And the few times that I have, bad things have happened. Actually, I think I only sought it out once. Anyway, though my college was super haunted and I did always want to go around and like do like ghost investigating stuff, and I just never did. Now I'm on the other side of the country from it. But I did, however, hear about 2 different places that are really close to me that I'm definitely going to try and go to in October this month and film videos for you guys. Maybe like partly like exploring and then partly story time. I'm not really sure, it depends on what happens. What is your favorite investigating tool to use? Like I said, I don't really, oh wait, I did go to another place once. Not the point. I don't really investigate much. This answer is kind of similar to Harmony's actually. I don't really go investigating and I don't really have any tools for investigating, but like my camera, you know, like I like to take video, sometimes take pictures, but also like I just like to have video just rolling, you know, whenever I'm walking around a place like that, which I wish I had in the past with the creepy one, but anyway. But yeah, because like sometimes you can catch things on like audio, or like, you know, you'll see something, or I don't know, it's fun. And actually there was a time that I went on a legit ghost tour thing, like in a house in Savannah, Georgia. I don't remember what place it was, but I recorded the whole thing and I'm so upset because I just deleted the footage after because I was too scared to go through it. I don't know if I ever caught anything on there or not. It probably would have been pretty cool. I mean, I did have like a paranormal experience there, and my mom did take a picture of a little boy sitting in the fireplace. Like she took 2 pictures and it was not there the first time, and the second time it was, or maybe it was the other way around. And then I asked her, like that was a long time ago, and then I asked her semi-recently if she still had the picture because I kind of wanted to look at it, and she said it just kind of disappeared. So what is your scariest paranormal experience? Again, I had that experience whenever I went to what we called the sketch house, and that definitely had to be my scariest. And I'm thinking about telling that at some point in the future. But other than that one, there was a ghost in an apartment that I lived in semi-recently, and by semi-recently I mean it was like a year and a half ago, something like that, so it wasn't really that recent. It's actually the place that I lived whenever I did the first ever ghost stories video that I ever did, and there were experiences there that were terrifying, and I'm gonna do a whole story time on that because honestly it's such a long story and it's so insane. And I kind of forgot that it happened for a while, like for a long time. Like I only remembered because I just went through my Tumblr, like my personal Tumblr semi-recently, I don't remember why, but I was scrolling through it and I found posts where I told like the stories and like the details. So I'm gonna go back and refer to those and make a story time because oh my god, that actually happened. My cat may have been possessed. You know, it's fine. It's literally fine. What is your favorite paranormal experience? I'm not sure that I have a favorite per se. There was a time that I was visited by my grandpa, and that one was definitely a really good one. I had heard my mom talking about like having experiences in her dreams, like seeing like family members and stuff. I'm so sorry, I cannot tell if I'm in focus. But yeah, she'd been talking about that, and I really wanted to have one of those dreams as well because I know ghosts talk in dreams a lot. Thanks for honking your horn. I know ghosts communicate through dreams pretty frequently, and I'd had like dreams where ghosts communicated with me in the past, and I'll talk about those at some point too. But I just wanted to talk to my grandpa. He had passed away probably a few months before, something like that. I honestly don't remember exactly when this happened. But I woke up one morning and I had like sheets on my bunk bed. I was like on the bottom bunk. My sister slept on the top, but she was in the living room. And I had sheets around it to keep it dark. And so I woke up and I was like, no, I'm gonna go back to sleep and I'm gonna have a dream where I am gonna invite grandpa to talk to me. And I'm an insomniac, and usually when I wake up, especially like back then, like now I can fall back asleep, but back then, like once I was up, I was just up, like I could not fall back asleep. But I did. I laid right back down, closed my eyes, and immediately, guys, almost immediately was back asleep. And then in this dream, I was sitting in my cousin's house, which was the house that we all believe that he visited occasionally. There were just reasons. And whenever I was in the dream, it started with me sitting like beside their entertainment center, which was like a really weirdly specific thing. I don't know why, but I was like sitting on the floor and like looking upward, and I saw my grandfather coming toward me going, "Loo, loo, 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 loo," which it looks ridiculous now. It sounds kind of ridiculous. But in the moment, my recently deceased grandfather is coming at me, making a weird face and a high-pitched sound, and I am honestly terrified. Like, he was like literally walking toward me doing that, like looking down at me, and I'm freaking out, you know? And so I like shake myself enough and I'm like, I want to wake up, and then I just do. Which, by the way, is not something I've ever been able to do. Even when I lucid dream, I cannot wake myself up. I don't know how. But I did. I woke up and I sat up and I just like started crying and shaking, like I was so scared. And I went into the living room and I told my sister and my brother what happened. And then when my mom came home, I told her. When I told my mother what happened, she said, wait, do that for me again? What did your grandfather do? And I went, he went, "Loo, loo." Okay, that wasn't creepy at all. Creepy timing for my one to fall. Okay. But yeah, it was like he went, "Loo, loo, loo, loo," like that, and it was so scary. And my mom was like, oh my god. Apparently he used to do that to make me laugh when I was a baby, and so she thought that in the dream he was probably trying to make me feel happy and good, make me laugh, and I don't know, I just think that's really cool. Again, in the moment I was terrified and did not enjoy it at all, but now looking back, I really appreciate it. So question number 7, do you know anyone else who has personally had paranormal experiences? Yes. So obviously there's me, but also a lot of my family members have. Whether or not they'll classify it as paranormal is a different story, but they have. My sister has definitely seen ghosts, not as much as me, but like she has a few times, and then my older sister also has had experiences, especially at her current house. There's, we think, a kid ghost outside. It's a thing. And then also my best friend Connor has definitely had experiences. Actually, they were there whenever I had that demonic whatever it actually was. I don't believe in demons anymore, but something like that. I don't know. But they were there for that experience too, so I know a lot of people. I actually tend to connect better with people who have paranormal experiences just because, I don't know, I'm a weirdo and I talk about it a lot, and if I'm friends with people who don't believe in the paranormal, then it's not as well received and then it's weird, and I deal with ghosts. I don't want to feel judged for dealing with them. So question number 8, do you have trouble convincing your friends and family about your experiences? Most of the time, no. My dad is still kind of convinced that ghosts don't exist, even though he's like, he works with energy and he like has gone to like graveyards and put his hand on graves and like had memories of like the people in the grave, like unexplainable things, and he believes in that but doesn't really classify it as paranormal, just more like supernatural, I guess. Like not even that necessarily, but like he strongly doesn't believe in ghosts, and I don't understand how. But actually, whenever I had the first experience ever, I told my mom and my dad the next day. Actually, my sister and I both did, because we both saw it. And my dad, like, part of it was them trying to be like, oh, don't be freaked out, like, you know, like, it's fine, like, you're safe. But like, my dad literally didn't believe us. Like, he was like, oh, it was dark and you were freaked out and you planted an idea in her head. And anyway, but I mean, I don't know. Yeah, usually people believe me, at least to some extent, or believe that I've at least been through this. There was actually a time when I was in like high school, because I used to see a lot of ghosts, and I know generally when a house is haunted, it's like, you know, a person who died there, or like 1 or 2 ghosts, and that's like it. And that's what it was like in our first house. But then we moved out to the one out in the country where they live now. I've been told that like portals are a thing. I don't know enough about them to really know if that's what it was or not, but it makes a lot of sense. There were a lot of ghosts there, but like they didn't all always stay there, if that makes sense. Like I had a lot of experiences, but rarely did I have 2 experiences with the same ghost, if that makes any sense. Like it happened, but usually it was just like on experience and then it was gone. So anyway, whenever I was in high school, there was a moment where my parents literally sat me down and they were like, well, we're just not sure if, you know, maybe you're making up things in your head and so you're seeing things, like maybe we could take you to a therapist and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I'm not making up these experiences, like shit's happening to me, like I don't understand what you mean. And they were like, well, wouldn't it be better if, you know, you weren't actually having ghost experiences? I was like, no, because then I would feel crazy. Like, I know what's happening, and it's just hard to explain it to people sometimes, because when you're the only one there, they can be like, oh, but like you were tired and this, and like, they don't have to believe me, that's fine. But like, anyway, not the point. So question number 9 is, what is your favorite paranormal TV show or movie? I'm not sure I really have one. I mean, horror movies are good. I really liked the Blair Witch Project. I also, Insidious was really good, and the second one, but I don't know. They're really good, they're really creepy. Actually, James Wan in general, I love his horror movies, except for his endings. He always just kind of like puts so much work into the movies, and then at the very end, he just like, you know, like, oh shit, we need to end the movie, have her jump out of a window or something, I don't know. But I don't really watch a ton of like horror movies by myself. I've been watching a lot of paranormal YouTube videos, but that's different. But there was a show I used to watch sometimes whenever I was younger, and I don't remember what it was called. I think it might have been on the History Channel, but I also might be making that up. And it was like talking about haunted places. It wasn't like ghost hunters or anything like that. There was no ghost hunting as far as I know, that I can remember anyway. But I know that they would talk about like ghosts and the stories behind the ghosts and like how they died there and all that other stuff. And it was really fascinating and really, really freaky. I remember specifically one time I was watching it and there was a story about like a slave girl who had like been raped by the man in charge, and then his wife found out or something, and she was like listening at the door, and they caught her and then had like the butcher chop her ear off or something, and then she died at some point, and then like still haunts the place to this day. And that story freaked me out so bad. I was in the house by myself. It was in the daytime, but like we had the big heavy curtain closed and it was dark and I was so scared. So I ran outside where everyone else was just like chilling in my dad's like shed thing where he was like maybe working on his motorcycle. I don't remember exactly. He was doing something out there, like music, you know, Bud Light or Miller Light. There's a big difference apparently, but drinking those and just kind of hanging out there, and I like ran out there and was like, no, I'm fine, I just wanted to come outside. It was really good. I wish I could remember what it was called because I would go back and watch it now, but anyway. And my computer screen turned off. That's weird. I have it set for like 30 minutes and I keep like touching the mouse to make sure that the screen doesn't turn off, and then it turned off anyway, so hi ghosty. So question number 10 is, what would be your dream place to investigate? I had it in quotations, I'm not sure why. Actually, I literally took a screenshot of the questions on Harmony Nice's video, so that's, I don't know. I don't really have like a dream place to investigate. Like I said, I don't really investigate a ton of places. I just kind of sometimes like to go haunted places and like feel it out, you know. And there are two places near me. One of them is the Harvey house, which I don't remember where I've heard of it, but I've heard of it somewhere. It's in Barstow, where I'm living right now, and they apparently do ghost tours, and it's supposed to be like super, super, super haunted. And I want to go there so bad, and that's one of the two places I'm going to try and go and make a video on, because that would be really cool. But otherwise, I'm not really sure. I feel like there probably is a place that I've wanted to like go to that's supposed to be really haunted, but I can't remember if there is. I don't know the name of it. I don't know. Anyway, question number 11. Do you prefer to investigate alone or in a group? Okay, here's the thing. I feel like when I'm alone, I'm more likely to have experiences because I'm more focused and I can kind of zone in and like ignore myself and just focus on everything around me. If I'm with someone else, I'm less likely to like actually like sense something, you know, because there's another person there that I'm like talking to. But like, I mean, obviously it still happens. So in that sense, like alone is cool, but at the same time, that's how you get murdered. And I'm kind of a baby when it comes to this stuff. Again, this is kind of a similar answer to Harmony's. I have been haunted for most of my life. And, you know, to some extent I can handle it until it starts to happen. And then when it's starting to happen, I get so freaked out and I want none of it, like none of it. And I just want to be out of there. And especially when it happens in my own house, that's kind of a scary thing. But when it's not happening, I'm like, yeah, I want to go seek it out. But then as soon as it starts happening, I want nothing to do with it. So like in those situations, it's definitely better to have someone there with you, because it just, you know, that way you don't have to deal with it by yourself and it just feels safer. But yeah, so I guess I'd say I probably would make Connor go with me almost every time. And like, yeah, but I don't know, it could go either way. Question number 12, is your home haunted? Okay. I'm not so sure this place is haunted, but as you all know, I'm haunted. And generally wherever I go winds up being semi-haunted because of me, but it usually takes a little while for things to start happening. I don't know. I don't really think that this place is haunted. I mean, a few weird things have been happening, and now all of a sudden, like, the door was, like, opening whenever it was locked and then shutting back, and then it just kind of, the latch stopped working. Like, we have to, like, struggle really hard with it to get it to work. But I mean, that could just be like, you know, old house or something, I don't know, and maybe not necessarily paranormal, I don't know. I have been watching a lot of paranormal stuff, so I'm probably just reading too much into it. Hi, Danny. But anyway, yeah, usually, I mean, it usually takes like a month or two for weird things to start happening after I move in somewhere. I'm not really sure why. Maybe I travel in a car and they have to like catch up to me. No, I'm just kidding. But like, I don't know why. It usually takes a month or two for like the ghosts that have been following me forever to show up. I don't know. And question number 13, the last question. I like how like before I was just looking down at it, now I have to like literally just like, hello. Question number 13, have you ever had any paranormal experiences with animals? I've had a couple paranormal experiences with this animal, actually. My Danny. She's also my familiar, by the way. So I actually have a lot of experiences like that, and I have a really, really, really crazy story about a paranormal experiences. Again, the one back in the apartment, it was there. And it was the same ghost, and my cat may or may not have been possessed. I don't really know. It's fine. I'm not going to talk too much about that one right here because, like I said, I'm going to do a story time, and it's going to be one of those like crazy extensive stories, you know, like stories, and I don't really want to like tell a section of it and then like put it in the video later because it's insane. But yeah, I have had a lot of experiences with animals like acting weird. Like animals always know when there's a ghost around. Danny used to jump up on the wall, just like straight up, like against the wall, and like act like she was like trying to get something, but there'd be nothing there. I don't even know where to start. Like there's a lot. And I also, okay, this is a weird thing that's been happening to me for a little while now, actually since that apartment, and I don't know if that's connected at all, but I swear sometimes I see out of the corner of my eye a little cat, maybe a black cat. Sometimes it looks different, but it's usually a little cat. And I will see it out of the corner of my eye, but clear as day. Like there is legitimately a cat there. Like I will move out of the way so I don't step on the cat. Like it's a thing. It's a thing. And it's just not there. This has been happening for a long time, and I have a couple theories. I'm not sure. Okay. So the story time in that apartment that I'm going to talk about, the long extensive crazy one, that ghost may or may not have been a witch ghost. I have a lot of theories, but nothing's confirmed. I really don't know anything. I couldn't find anything, like any news or anything like that, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Anyway, this is not the point. Yeah, that's about when it started happening. So if she was a witch, I was thinking maybe this is her familiar, or maybe it's one of my animal companions and I can see it now, or maybe it's like, you know, Danny's my familiar, maybe there's something with that. I really don't know. Like I have no idea. Like what, am I being haunted by a ghost cat? Who knows? It's possible at this point. Anything is. Legit, I have no idea. But yeah, it's been happening for a while now. That little ghost cat is following me around. If it's a ghost cat, if you guys have any ideas as to what that could be, please let me know, because I have no idea. And I've heard of this happening before too. Like I think Loie talked about this, Loie Lane. One of my babes, I love her. She's like one of my top 3 faves, like Gabby, Shane, and Loie. Anyway, not the point. But yeah, I think she talked about at some point like seeing a cat out of the corner of her eye or something like that, or an animal or something, and like trying to step over it and then looking down and like, oh, it's none of her animals. And I feel like I've heard other people talk about that too. So like, is that a common theme? I mean, like, I don't know what it could be, but it's weird and it happens all the time. Anyway, yeah, those were the 13 questions in the paranormal tag, and I guess that's gonna be the end of this video. I can't wait to carve this thing. I actually am gonna do a video, probably like as a collab with myself on my witchy channel. I want to carve up this pumpkin. I have a pumpkin prosperity spell that I did one year and it worked really well, and I want to do it again. So I'm going to do that with this pumpkin, but I'm also going to roast pumpkin seeds and make pumpkin butter, which I also did last year on this channel. And yeah, we're also going to do, Connor and I are going to do like a pumpkin carving contest thing again, probably. We're going to try to anyway, because that's just going to be an annual thing now because it's fun. But yeah, so that's probably what's gonna happen with this guy. So yeah, if you want to go see that, go subscribe to my witchy channel, and I'm gonna start posting on there. I'm not just gonna do like informative things. I'm also gonna literally do like recipes for spells and things like that, and like tarot readings. I don't know, I'm really excited. This is a very temporary setup because this is a very temporary living situation. By November we'll be somewhere else, and I will hopefully have a better setup, better background and working area. Right now it's kind of compact, but I'm making it work, and that's not the point. Anyway, that's gonna be all for this video. I hope you guys really liked it. Like I said, please go subscribe to, it's currently Rosemary and Sage. I really want a different name for the channel, so if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below and let me know about your experiences, and if you have any answers to these questions that you would like to share with me, because I would like to hear them. So yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Stay creepy, MeowChiatos. I've probably used that one before. I don't think it matters. Stay spoopy, MeowChiatos. My camera died again, but I literally just had to do an outro, and I didn't really want to take apart my camera again and change out the battery again, only for it to die again. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and like I said, subscribe to Rosemary and Sage and suggest a better name. I'm also gonna be telling like some witchy stories on here, and maybe like doing like little mini collabs with my other channel, just to like, because I want spoopy and witchy and stuff like that on this channel a little bit, but mostly this channel is like story times and fun crazy Kai stuff. But yeah, right now it's looking more like a shitty shaky vlog, so I'm gonna go. Anyway, yeah, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'm sorry about the battery struggle with this video and whether or not it was in focus most of the time, I have no idea. But anyway, thank you for watching anyway. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not. Go like my Facebook page, Coffee Cat. There is a link to that in the description below as well. Follow me on all my social media. I want to talk to you guys, so come talk to me. I don't know. I'll see you next week. Okay, also just a quick like announcement thing. I am planning on doing a Halloween thing, so like the week of Halloween, like the week leading up to like the 7th and then the 31st, I'm going to do a week of Halloween themed videos, and October is mostly going to be spoopy stuff anyway, but if there's anything specific you guys want to see, please let me know, because I am forever looking for more opportunities to do fun spoopy stuff. So yeah, I have a couple ideas. Anyway, I'm actually gonna go this time and enjoy the bloopers. And actually she inspired blah, blah, blah. Suddenly I can't tell if I'm in focus anymore. Okay, what are you? But actually, blah, blah. I mean, I literally, like, I can't. I don't know, whatever. I told the story of it in a video, I don't know. There were two. Leave me a comment in the description box. What? Am I in focus? I cannot tell. What is your favorite or scariest? And I kind of high-key forgot it happened for a long time. I only remembered because I was going through my blog lately. And I kind of forgot that it happened for a long. That's worse. I'm gonna scream. See how long we can last. It's question number 8, by the way. Let's hope this is still in focus. Up here, it looks like. There we go. I'm a little too close, but I don't care right now. I'm not gonna redo this. Oh, that was 7, not 8. My battery's dying again. I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna try and get through this real quick. I need to finish this video. Actually, they were there, touching the screen. Or the mouse, I mean. So, I don't know. I usually make, like, it looks like it's in focus. Let's hope I'm right. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, Danny. I just hit her with my entire laptop. I'm sorry. I love you. I'm sorry about the the week of October, what?